Hey there, Leo, Sun, Leo, Moon, Leo, Rising. Welcome to your reading for the full moon in Capricorn. It is happening on July 3rd. There's a Monday here in the United States. It's happening at 7:39 a.m. Eastern Time Zone. You have the card of silence. Listen more and quiet be, the Belladonna. So I'm going to see what happens here. I'm going to get all the cards out, but I have a feeling that this is about really connecting in with yourself. Well, that's interesting. Or it's time, You have a lot of communication cards here, which is really interesting. So let's see what's going on here. It could be that you have been silent and you're supposed to speak up. It could be around a family matter. Or it could be that the people in your family are talking a lot about you. And family could be work. It could be your really close friends group. But I'm really getting the energy of family here for the majority of you. So the key to the situation is the card of the clouds. And so I think that this is a need. In order to find the clarity that you need, there is a need for the silence, for you to go in. We have the Tree of Life showing up here for the transformation card, and the transformation card in the energy of resources. So you have some major transformative energy coming through. It feels really around family money, which is really an odd thing to have come through like this. But that's what I'm getting here. Okay, so if this is not your reading, check out your sun, moon, and rising. But there seems to be family drama, trauma, something coming in around family financial issues that are somehow affecting this whole situation here. And we have this card of the home. So it could be that you're either trying to purchase a home, and that's where the trying to set down roots somewhere. Or this could be, we have the life, death, and rebirth card here, which means that somebody could have passed on and there's issues around legacy of money and property. Because in the area of resources, we have the card of the coffin, the transformation, and in the place of the coffin transformation here, we have the family tree. And with the family tree card, we have this tree of life, true wisdom and making good choices. And so it also could be that you perhaps witnessed this in another family, and you're like, okay, what can I do to put things in place so that at my passing there is not this complete ridiculous BS that I'm observing maybe in your family or in someone else's family, but it has affected you a lot. Like, you've really taken this in, because here we have the card of protection and new wonders that go with shed the old. And so there is about letting go of maybe letting go of old stuff, and not fighting about the family, whatever. If someone in the family really wants that, whatever, let them have it. And instead go create your own new legacy. For some of you, it is about releasing and letting go of old ideas and paradigms and allowing new ideas to come in. But there's a real commitment that is taking place in your heart space. Like, you are committing to a new way of doing, being, living, seeing how things come in. So this very official document coming in is really important as the overall energy. So there is news and information. It's probably in the written form. It could actually be coming through snail mail, some kind of a document, a contract. We have the card of the ring in the heart space, so this could be the contract the commitment that you are making to provide security or a situation around this. Because there has been, it's interesting that the block and the obstacle here is that being willing to receive the divine feminine energy, being open to receiving. And here in the area of what is creating anxiety is a new beginning. And so this change here is creating this energy around anxiety And there is an opportunity here for you to really shed the skin of something, to let something go with this full moon, which is always about releasing in order to create space for something new to come in. And I love it because you have the new moon in Sagittarius. That doesn't matter. Let's focus on the positive. Sagittarius is the most optimistic energy of the zodiac. And so with that, we have the sun. And so these clouds are clearing. The clarity is coming in. And this sun, as we move more into, we just had the solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere. So in the Northern Hemisphere, we have the sun the brightest. And even if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you are on the upswing. The days become longer as we move forward from here. And so this sun, this clarity coming in, this energy coming in, fresh new energy that allows for growth, and that allows you to really focus on what's next, what's new, what's coming in, and not being fearful of it. And with this transformation here happening around the family situation, but it could also be the tree of life. And so the tree of life is always about, where are your roots? Where are you spreading yourself? What is the flow of energy in your life? It's kind of like in the spring here in the Northern Hemisphere, when the sap starts running up from the roots where it's been hanging out all winter, safe and secure, and now it starts to flow upwards and allows for the maple leaves. They start blooming and stuff, but that's how we get maple syrup, from the sap that's being tapped. And so I feel like there's this. There's been a resting phase. You guys went through so much last summer, and there's been this integration and this resting phase that you may have gone through over the winter months, the dormant months. But now it is now summer here in the Northern Hemisphere. For those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, you may be going into a dormant phase. But in the Northern Hemisphere, we are coming alive. We are waking up. And it is an opportunity. So whether you are in the allowing things to sit and rest, or you're in the coming awake and alive and allowing something to transform, but this is a commitment. There's a butterfly on this wing. Oh, it's not a butterfly. It looked like one. It's a flower. It's 5 petals. Energy of change and growth, but it also looks like a star, a flowering of. There's an opportunity for you to really make a new commitment in your heart space about what it is that you want to bring in and what it is you want to draw and attract. The energy to anchor into, we have the birds. So there is a communication here. Sometimes the birds make me think of gossipy people, but that would not be the energy to anchor into. So that's not what this one is. This is almost like birds of a feather flock together. So what you might be shedding and releasing are old friends groups or co-workers or situations that no longer support you on the next phase of your journey. There's something you've learned about yourself. There's something that you've been growing through. This full moon was seeded as a new moon back in December of 2016. And in December of 2016, a lot of things happened. 2016 was the year where we lost so many public figures. They just died, right? And like that was the year, we lost Prince, we lost George Michael, I don't know, there were others. I can't think of them. It just was like, again, another, I remember feeling that way all year long. And then there was all the division that was going on across the world, within political families, within friends and social groups, within, neighborhoods. Like there was so much anxiety. And I think that, 2020 gave us a chance to all really closet into our homes, right? To go home to the smallest group we possibly could, to find our feet, to find our roots, to realign, to rest. And now the world is opening up, right? And so, but as it's opening up, you're recognizing perhaps that what used to satisfy, the groups that used to hang out with, the things that used to excite you and light you up no longer do that for you. And so here's your chance to anchor into a new flock, a new group, a new way of living, doing, being. And so I think that the clouds are clearing. and the sun is starting to really shine, and it's really showing you what it is that you really want to do. And so be open to receiving the support that you need, allowing others to support you along the way, and focus on the positive. So when you focus on the positive, for one thing, this is life, death, and rebirth. It's a cycle. And Capricorn is the sign of Father Time. It is the sign of the karmic cycles, right? It's ruled by Saturn. And New Year's Eve happens during Capricorn season, right? And so it's the end of the old into the new. And so this is the energy that is completing this rather long cycle. And so when you have New Year's Eve, you know, there's a little looking back at the year that passed and what was good and what was bad, but there's always this optimism and this hope for what's coming next, right? It's focusing on the positive, it's focusing on what's new, and it's not about being anxious about it, but it's about being excited about it. Being excited about the opportunity to recommit in our heart space to something new, something different, to change the dynamics, to transform our situation in our life in some way that allows us to bring in more joy and more happiness. And so that is the energy that's being offered to you. And so I do think that at the time of this full moon, that taking a few minutes in the silence to sit and do a review of your life, and I really do think the last 6 years is a good framework to be working in, recognizing where you've grown, how you've grown, what are your new dreams for the future, and recognizing the gifts and the wisdom that you have gained along the way, and being grateful for those opportunities to learn, although I'm going to guess many of those opportunities of learning were not easy, right? My dad used to say, why do you always have to learn everything the hard way? Well, I don't think it's just me. I think most of us, that's where the real lessons lie, in the difficulties. Because if it's easy, you don't have to be creative, and you don't have to find a new way to look at things or do things, right? And so there's no lesson learned there. It's just coasting along. So lessons are learned the hard way. And when we're talking about Capricorn, hard lessons, that's a thing. But with that came so much growth and wisdom, and so here's your opportunity to apply it to the future by making space for this new thing that's trying to break through to emerge into your life. This is a very powerful full moon that we are having. So take a few minutes. I know it's a holiday weekend here in the United States, but take a few minutes for yourself. Find a little bit of silence to sit and contemplate, and to begin to really look forward to the future. And there's some kind of a commitment that you need to make in your heart to what it is that you really want moving forward that will allow you to transform your life. All right, Leo. This looks amazing, actually. It doesn't look easy. It just looks amazing. You guys take great care, and I'll talk to you again soon.